Hello, I'm Greta Tita Chito Mayor. Thank you so much for subscribing this channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share so that others will also be equipped about their potential and purpose. If you are new, click the subscribe and notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I will upload a new video. In this channel, you will receive Wisdom for Living. We are now on day 337. Nothing is free. So, walang libre, laging may aktibat na kapalit. Yan. So, our text is found in Romans chapter 6 verse 18. You have been set free from sin and have become slaves to righteousness. Romans 6:18. So, ang bawat isa ay naglulong ng magkaroon ng freedom. But freedom many times we fail to discover its responsibility. So, every freedom, there is always responsibility. So, para mas clear at maintindihan natin, ito yon. So, the cry we always want is free. Freedom, ayun, ang naririnig natin. The cry we want to be free has swept our world in remarkable and frightening ways within the past decade. Particularly in Eastern Europe, the desire for freedom has brought sweeping revolutions, toppling governments in power structures that have repressed and oppressed many peoples. So napakahalaga na maintindihan natin yung tinatawag na freedom with responsibility. So, ano ibig sabihin ng freedom with responsibility? Many of us, gusto ng tao na, gusto ko ay maging malaya, gawin ang gusto ko, di ba? Yun. So, the desire for freedom ay karamihan sa isang bansa, nagsimula ito because of revolutions. Ayan, gumawa sila ng revolution to revolt against the government for freedom. And we must understand this yearning of freedom, ano ibig sabihin nito, na most people are yearning for it, crying for it, longing for it. This same yearning for freedom prompts pregnant women to abort their babies, children to take their parents to court, and students to seek greater control over the measure of discipline used in their schools. So, yung mga tao daw na nagka-cry ng freedom. Okay, so yung mga tao na nagka-cry ng freedom ay sila rin yung mga tao na kung saan ay nagpa-abort ng kanilang babies. Yung sinampahan yung kanilang magulang. Yung kanilang to seek, and the students to seek greater control over the measure of discipline used in their school. So, di ba, karamihan ganun, pagka ang magulang ay dinisiplina ang anak, sige, ihahabla kita because they are protected because of that law. Kasi gusto nila gawin ang gusto nila. Yun yung tao, di ba? We want freedom and we forgot that there is responsibility with that freedom. Kagaya yun, yung sinasabi natin na pregnant woman na kung saan ay gin-abort niya yung kanyang anak, so anong mangyayari? It sounds good, di ba? Yung freedom na yun. Siyempre, dahil inabort niya yung kanyang anak, inalisan niya ng karapatan ng kanyang anak na mabuhay. Because freedom. O pag gusto ako, kung ano gusto kong gawin sa buhay ko. Kung ipalaglag ko yung anak ko, edi freedom ko yon. Karapatan ko yon. So, yun yung nasa isip. Pero there is a responsibility, may kaakibat na responsibility. So, kapag mayroon kang ginawa na decision, mayroon ding apektado, may consequence. So, that's why we need to have that mindset that if you have the freedom, you must also be responsible. So freedom, it sounds so good. Everybody wants freedom. Ethnic groups, social groups, religious groups, children, youth, adults, all want the right to determine their own lives and to make their decision without guidance or interference from anyone else. So you want to decide what you wanted to do. Pag gusto ako, anong gusto ko, walang pwedeng maghadlang sa akin kasi nasa bansa tayo na democracy. So, we want freedom. But remember, yung freedom na yan ay may kaakibat na responsibility. na dapat maintindihan natin. So, gustong-gusto ng tao na walang nagbabawal sa kanya, walang nagsasabi sa kanya. Basta, pag gusto ako kung anong gusto kong gawin, nasa, democratic country, ayan. Now, always remember, there will always be consequence. Every decision that you make, there will always be a consequence. Either you will enjoy or suffer. Example, it should not surprise us then that many common phrases express this craving for freedom. Freedom of the press, freedom of choice, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, all reveal the universal longing to be unencumbered by the dictates and the decisions of others. So, ayaw mo na diktahan ka ng iba, yun yung freedom. Na sinasabi na gusto ng tao, ayaw na dinidiktahan, ayaw na hadlangan, ayaw na may nagsasabi, ayaw na may nagkukontra, mga gano'n. So, that's the freedom. Or although may mga kontra, bahala ka sa buhay mo, basta ito ang gusto ko. Na yun. So, ayaw natin magpadikta. So, yun yung desire ng karamihan na tinatawag na freedom. Pero ang tanong, is this truly possible? Can we entirely free? No, I don't think so, sabi ng ating author. Nothing is free, although advertising tries to convince us that we are getting something for nothing, buy one, get one free. We are still paying for the product and the advertiser claims is free. Actually, may bayad pa din yun. Siyempre, sino bang negosyo na magpapatuloy na namimigay na lang? Pamigay ka na lang ng pamigay. Of course, babayaran mo muna bago ka makakuha ng free, di ba? Free if, o buy one, take one. So, bago ka makakuha ng free, bumili ka muna. So, binayaran mo din yun. In similar manner, ganun din sa, yung sinasabi nila, yung iba, nagtatayo ng luto, ng sweepstakes. So, in a similar manner, the cost of sweepstakes and prizes given to entice consumers to buy a particular product or to subscribe to a certain periodical is built into the company's price structure somewhere along the way. We cannot get something for nothing. So, if you want freedom, you have the responsibility. If you want, kagaya nun, yung isang publication, yung sa isang sweepstake, bago ka manalo, bumili ka muna. So, you have to buy something. You have to release something. So, subscribe ka sa isang magazine o isang periodical. Syempre, magbabayad ka, di ba? So, you have always something to do. Mayroon ka dapat gawin at magbayad ka dapat yun. So, there will always be payment. There will always be consequence. So, and this action na sinasabi, this action is also true in relationships. We cannot be entirely free to do what we want, when we want, where we want, how we want, and with whom we want. Freedom always has a price because the actions one person restricts and influences the freedom of another. So, yun yung bawat isa sa atin na gusto nating freedom ay pwede rin ito yung action na ganon ay na-apply din sa ating relationship na kung saan gusto mo malaya kang gawin kung anong gusto mo, malaya kang gawin kung anong gusto mo, malaya kang gawin kung saan mo gusto magpunta, malaya kang gawin kung anong klase of how you are going to do something, or with whom we want. So, freedom has also a price. Laging may price. It's not to restrict us or sasabihin na freedom is not freedom from being restricted, freedom from being reprimanded. So, yun yung gusto ng tao, di ba? But, always remember, there will always be a consequence. Laging may kaakibat yan na responsibility. Laging may kaakibat na kapalit. Okay. So, here, kagaya nito, the woman who aborts her baby takes away the baby's freedom to live. And the student who slaps the teacher who reprimands him takes away the teacher's freedom to keep in order his classroom. Freedom to keep order in his classroom. Freedom without responsibility cannot be freedom for all who are involved. So, anumang freedom yung ginalong ng isang tao ay laging mayroong kaakibat na responsibility. So remember, nothing is free. Lagi-laging mayroong kapalit. Lagi-laging mayroong consequence. Now, so that's why when we call for freedom, when we long for freedom, remember, there will always be responsibility. Merong laging maapektuhan. Kagaya nun, for example, pag gusto ka, Oh, I have the freedom what I want to eat. I have the freedom how will I eat. I have the freedom how many hours will I go to sleep. So yes, you have that freedom. But sabi ni Pablo, everything is uh, free. You can do everything, but not everything is beneficial. You can do everything what you want to do, but not everything is beneficial. So, ibig sabihin, kagaya ng gustong-gusto mo, ano yung anong gusto mong kainin, pag gusto ka, malaya ka. But, there will always be consequence. Kung inom ka ng soft drinks kasi may malaya ka, di ba? O, ano mangyayari sa'yo? Kidney. Ang epekto nun, ibig sabihin, may UTI. Pag gusto mo anong gusto mong kakainin, sige, lechon everyday. So, mapupuno ka ng cholesterol or mag-aaroon ka ng fatty liver. So, there will always be consequence. Remember, yes, you have the freedom, but nothing is free. Ibig sabihin, laging may kaakibat. So, be responsible when you are practicing your freedom. So, my question is, are you practicing freedom with responsibility? So, ayan. Yung kalayaan mo ba, ginagamit mo accordingly. Ibig sabihin na may responsibility. So, that's all. Thanks for watching. God bless.